It's celebrations all round for these budding Afghan Air Force pilots. They've just found out that they've passed their critical English language course with flying colours. They've achieved an 80% pass, which is the standard needed to go on to the next stage of what's called the Thunder Lab, the English immersion programme. Flight Lieutenant Genevieve Rolleston-Smith will be mentoring the students as they develop their English even further with basic aviation skills.
Well, we teach them pre-ground school. So what we'd learn at home in ground school, we kind of do an introductory course to that. So we'd teach things like parts of an aircraft, how to identify different types of aircraft, the different principles of things like lift, thrust, drag, weight. I'm taking them through basic speed, distance, time calculations at the moment as well.
There are currently 23 students in the class, 2 of them are female. Second Lieutenant Shamor Nouri has had barriers put up by her family because of her desire to join the Air Force, but she's determined to make it.
If we want, we can change the situation. And we have right now in Afghanistan, we have governor, we have in the parliament, we have the women, and women can also be pilot. We know the situation is hard, but we have to continue it because our future and our Air Force need us.
The Air Force here are trained by the American forces. There are only 2 Brits. Flight Lieutenant Ollie Burrell is also an English language mentor, where many of the lessons are classroom-based.
The students are very eager to learn. Sometimes they might have a problem with the vocabulary, but by using synonyms we can then try and explain the concept in a different way, and that normally works out quite well for them.
The Thunder Lab graduation for the students takes place here every 3 months, which means that their language is up to a high enough standard to start their actual pilot training in either the Cessna 182 or the rotary wing, the MD 530.
We had a good time in Thunder Lab and we spent 7 months there, and now we are very happy to get our big hope and desire to become a pilot for the future of Afghanistan.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable and interesting to learn the new language, international language, English.
Because it was my big ambition to join the Air Force, especially to join the, being a pilot in the future for Afghanistan to serve our people.
The Americans are planning on being based here until 2017, with a view to get the Afghan Air Force up to a strength of 8,500. From that date, the air base is hoped to be fully Afghan-led. Well, the Afghan Air Force here is rapidly increasing, which in turn means that more RAF pilots are needed to teach English. By the summer, it's expected that the British footprint here will have increased.
Well, I'm excited about that because our British colleagues, again, are very instrumental to our success. Thunder Lab is an English immersion program. That's where it all begins. That program moved from Kabul Air Force Base down to Shindand Air Force Base in March of last year, and we've seen significant strides in projecting that pipeline forward, and usually we will produce around 11 to 14 pilots per class to feed the pipeline for the good of Afghanistan.
The British footprint here could rise from 2 to 10 as the Thunder Lab expands, and both flight engineers and aerial gunners are required to attend the English language course. For the RAF personnel here, teaching these students English is making a huge impact, not only on the pilots, but on the future of the country. Laura Hawkins, Forces News, Shindand Air Base.